John, have you ever looked at a plant and felt annoyed because it wasn't growing fast enough? That was me this morning with my English studies. I felt like I was doing everything right, but I was still standing in the same spot. In 2026, where everything is instant, slow progress feels like a failure, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, Maria. It's like trying to download a huge file with a slow connection. You just want to scream at the screen. I felt that way last week when I was trying to learn a new digital skill. I practiced for hours, but I still felt like a beginner. I almost threw my VR headset across the room. I felt so demotivated.
I think we've all been there, John. Welcome back to the English Speak Unstoppable, the podcast, everyone. I'm Maria, and joining me is my wonderful co-host, John. If you feel like you're working hard, but your English isn't moving forward, or if you feel like everyone else is zooming past you, this episode is your fuel.
Welcome to the family. We're here to tell you that slow is not stopped. If you want to keep your fire burning, even when things feel difficult, you're in the right place. Hit that subscribe button so we can keep pushing forward together every single week.
Now, I know what you must be thinking. John, you're a professional. You don't know what it feels like to fail. But believe me, I failed miserably when I first started my career. I used to look at my progress and think, why am I not an expert yet? I wanted the result without the process. I didn't realize that the slow parts are where the real strength is built. That is so true, John. We all want that instant success that social media promises in 2026. I have a student, Leo, who was so upset because he couldn't speak like a native after 3 months. He told me, "Maria, I'm wasting my time." I told him, "Leo, you aren't wasting time. You're building a foundation. You can't see the roots of a tree, but they are what keep it standing."
Exactly. Hey bro, let's explain this in simple language. Motivation isn't a feeling, it's a habit. If you wait to feel motivated, you'll be waiting forever. By the way, what city are you watching us from? Or maybe you're listening while you're at the gym? Let us know in the comments. We love seeing our global community grow.
And speaking of slow progress, John, tell them about that AI personal trainer you tried last month.
Oh, that was a disaster. This AI trainer kept telling me, you are 0.001% closer to your goal. Seeing that tiny number every day made me want to quit immediately. I felt like I was running on a treadmill that was moving backwards. I realized that focusing only on the data was killing my joy. I had to stop looking at the numbers and start looking at how I felt.
0.001%? That would demotivate anyone. But it's a great lesson for English learners. Because later, we're going to share a technique that makes even the slowest progress feel like a huge win.
Definitely. Motivation is the engine, and we're going to help you fix it. Share your thoughts below. What makes you want to quit when you're learning something new?
The first step to staying motivated is to stop comparing your behind the scenes with everyone else's highlight reel. You are on your own clock.
Well said. Stick around, because we're about to dive into the tools that will keep you moving, no matter how slow the pace feels.
You know, John, after that 0.001% trainer story, I realized why so many English learners give up in 2026. We are living in a world of fast food, fast internet, and fast success. When our brain doesn't see a massive change in 1 week, it sends a signal saying, "Hey, this isn't working. Let's stop."
Exactly. It's like we are trying to grow an oak tree with the patience of someone waiting for a microwave to beep. I know you must be thinking, John, if I don't see results quickly, how do I know I'm not just wasting my time? But let me tell you a secret. The most important growth happens when you think nothing is changing. Real fluency is built in the quiet moments of daily practice, not in one big explosion of learning.
That is so true. I remember talking to a student last month who was crying because she still made mistakes with do and does. She had been studying for a year. She felt like she was a slow learner. I told her, wait, a year ago, you couldn't even say a full sentence. Now you are arguing with me in English about your progress. Isn't that amazing?
Wow, that is such a powerful perspective, Maria. We often forget to look back at the mountain we've already climbed because we are too busy looking at the peak. Instead of overthinking your mistakes, just look at your consistency. I failed miserably at staying motivated for years because I only celebrated the big wins. Now, I celebrate just showing up. If I open my English book for 10 minutes, I tell myself, "Good job, John. You won today." It gives me the fuel to come back tomorrow.
That's a brilliant tip, John. Celebrating the small wins keeps the dopamine flowing in your brain. In 2026, we are addicted to instant rewards. So give yourself an instant reward. Every time you learn one new word, give yourself a mental high five. We aren't here to be perfect by Friday. We are here to be slightly better than we were on Monday.
Right. And let's be honest, the digital world of 2026 makes this harder. We see people on social media who seem to learn a language in 30 days. Most of that is just synthetic media or clever editing. Real life doesn't have a fast-forward button. So, if you feel left behind, it's not because you are slow, it's because you are comparing yourself to a fake reality.
So true. I want to ask our listeners something very important. What is one small thing in English you can do today that you couldn't do 6 months ago? Maybe you understood a song lyric or a movie quote. Tell us about it in the comments. I think you should give your opinion because sharing your small wins inspires the whole community to keep moving. We are all in this slow boat together.
And speaking of community, I've noticed that when we learn alone, the progress feels even slower. Motivation is contagious. When you see someone else struggling but still trying, it gives you a boost. That's why we love this podcast family. We are here to remind you that your slow is actually steady, and steady is how you win the race.
I really want to emphasize that. Progress is not a straight line up. It's a messy zigzag. Some days you will feel like a genius, and some days you will feel like you've forgotten everything. Both days are part of the journey. As long as you don't quit, you are making progress.
I love that. Zigzag progress is still progress. I'm going to write that down. By the way, stay tuned because in the next part, we are going to dive into the 2-minute rule. This is the ultimate tool to stay motivated when you have zero energy.
Oh, the 2-minute rule saved my life. It's the secret to beating that I don't want to study feeling. We'll share that right after this. All right, let's talk about the 2-minute rule we teased before the break. In 2026, our attention spans are shorter than ever. If we think about studying for an hour, our brain immediately says, "No way, that's too much work." The secret is to trick your brain. I can't wait. Let's bring this home together. All right, we have reached the final stretch. It's been such an encouraging conversation today. John, I think we've really helped everyone understand that slow progress is still progress. But I know everyone is waiting for that one final motivation secret you promised. What is the one thing that keeps us going when everything else fails?
It's a bit of a plot twist, Maria. And honestly, it's the opposite of what most experts tell you. The secret to staying motivated in 2026 isn't about looking forward to your goal. It's about looking back at how far you've come. When you feel like quitting, stop looking at the mountain ahead. Turn around and look at the valley you just crossed.
Look back to move forward. I love the sound of that. But how does that help when we feel like we are failing today?
It looks like this. When you think you aren't making progress, go back and watch a video of yourself from 6 months ago, or look at your old notes. In 2026, we forget our own growth because we are always looking at the next update or the next trend. But when you see your old self, you realize, wait, I actually know so much more now. My secret weapon is the progress journal. I write down one thing I learned every day. When I feel demotivated, I read it. Suddenly, I feel like a winner again.
Wow, that is such a powerful mindset shift. You aren't chasing a ghost of perfection, you're celebrating a real history of growth. That takes all the pressure off. I love it. So, for everyone listening, that is your master key. Your past wins are the fuel for your future success.
Exactly. Now, before we wrap up, let's quickly revisit the tools we shared today so you can walk away feeling fueled up. First, we talked about the small wins. Don't wait for the big mountain, celebrate the small steps. Second, use the 2-minute rule. Just start, even if it's for 120 seconds. And third, focus on your identity as a communicator, not just a student.
And most importantly, remember that consistency wins over intensity. If you feel like you failed miserably today because you were too tired to study, don't worry. Just show up tomorrow for 2 minutes. Motivation isn't about being perfect every day. It's about never giving up on yourself.
Exactly. If I can survive an AI trainer telling me I've made 0.001% progress and still keep going, then you can survive anything. I know you must be thinking, can I really become fluent at this speed? Yes, you can. You are already moving, and that's the hardest part.
That is true victory. So, here is our final call to action. We want you to go to the comments right now and type one thing, just one, that you are proud of learning this month. It can be a single word. And if you found this episode helpful, join our community. Subscribe and share this with a friend who might be feeling a bit slow today.
I think so. You should really give your opinion because your success story is our motivation. It makes us feel like we're all walking this path together. Also, if you're wondering what to watch next, our next video will be about how to think in English without translating. It's going to be a game changer.
Oh, I can't wait for that one. Thank you so much for spending your valuable time with us today. It is a gift to be part of your English journey. Don't let the speed of 2026 rush your growth. You are a seed that is growing at exactly the right pace.
Well said, Maria. Until next time, keep speaking, keep moving, and remember, slow progress is still progress. You are exactly where you need to be. See you in the next one.
Bye, everyone!